Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and this is your February 2024 Tarot Overview reading. We're also going to be digging into a little bit of your astrology. I am also an astrologer for those of you who haven't been with me for very long, so I always bring some of that into our readings. And we're going to start out with some oracle. Let's get into that and see what your major themes for this month of February are coming up. Spirit, let's see what we have for our beautiful Cancers. Anything they need to see for their highest and best good, please. We have deepening. Ooh, with the magical black cat here on this card. So I would say anything that you are involved in, Cancer, it is deepening. It is growing. It is becoming more grounded. The roots are going deeper into the earth. Things are becoming more stable. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So I do feel that there is a peacefulness that washes over you as well, right? It's like the things that you have in your life, you don't have to feel needy, you don't have to feel clingy, you don't have to feel desperate for them. They're just naturally deepening, right? Beautiful, really gorgeous card. I like the way that looks. Next, let's get into a numerology card for you. Let's see what number is coming up for our Cancers. And we have number 3, one of my favorites, creativity. So Cancer, this is a beautiful energy. The number 3 in the tarot is our Empress card. So to me, this is, divine creativity. This is, imagination and dreams and visions coming from a higher place. And yes, it can take the form of traditional creativity, such as songwriting, painting a picture, creating something beautiful, any kind of, creative media outlet. But it can take many forms. I think creativity can be found in many, many avenues in life. So whichever one, for Cancer, cooking, they love to cook. And to me, there's a lot of creativity and a lot of love that go into cooking. So that could be a big outlet for you as well. Sorry, I've just bumped the camera stand. On the bottom of the first deck, I just want to point out that we did have divine abundance as well. So I do feel that there is some very abundant, beautiful, overflowing energy. It even has a similar message, right? It talks about you were born to align with love's will, follow the Tao, serve something beyond the ego, learn to be abundance, not to chase it, right? And so I feel like along with that message with the deepening card, this is about just things very naturally coming to you. It's like the right people, the right circumstances, the right situations. They flow to you very easily. You don't have to chase. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to feel like, oh gosh, I've really got to hang on so hard to this. It's like what's meant to be yours is truly coming into your life. And I do feel, maybe as a result, it's bringing up a greater sense of creativity. You may feel creative in a way that you haven't felt in a while. So let's next get into some gemstones and crystals. Let's see which ones are coming up strongest for you to use this month. Ooh, and we have the obsidian. That is one of my favorites. It's such a good Capricorn stone. But for Cancer, for anyone, it's really great. It is a protection stone. It does relate to the root chakra. I use it very, commonly, like whenever I go out, if I'm in an environment I'm not used to, or I feel like I kind of need to have some extra guard. That is always a very good one. And it helps to protect your grounding. Just like with the black cat, I always feel like that color black is very good for absorbing and displacing negativity. It's very good for being very present in our environment. And yes, it is a very grounding color. So very nice for you. And then, of course, look at this on the bottom of the deck. We have the moonstone, which, of course, Cancer is absolutely perfect for you. How can you not love moonstone? It has such a beautiful energy. It comes in a lot of different colors. The rainbow moonstone has that very beautiful kind of bluish flash to it. It is very good for the crown chakra, but I would also say it's good for the heart, because the moon, energy is really related to the chest, the breast, the heart, which is what Cancer rules. And of course, the moon cycles are very, very assisted through that. The moon cycle this month, we have our new moon in Aquarius on Friday the 9th. So that is the new cycle that's beginning. And our full moon this month will be on the 24th in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is a great sign. It really does, it's in harmony with Cancer, and it opens up a lot of really good opportunities for healthier habits. Virgo is all about health, healing, nutrition, your routines, your cycles, patterns of behavior. And it's also a good house cleaning moon. Like, it can literally help you to clean your house from the inside out, metaphorically and literally. Virgo full moon is a perfect time to, let go of any habits that you don't like, addictions that you are sick of, really maybe getting a healthier eating habit, or, an exercise routine. Checking out alternative medicine or therapies is always, well favored in Virgo. Just taking good care of yourself, right? Just taking good care of your physical vessel. So next we're going to get into your spiritual guardians and guides. Let's choose one. Or maybe we should say they will choose you. So let's see. Let's ask, which one of you wants to help Cancer out the most for February? Ooh, and we have Master Jesus. Very interesting. I like that. This is about forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time, so you may have a lot of energy of a father figure around you at this time. If your relationship with your father was not great, this is a time when you can do a lot of healing around this. If you did have a good relationship with the father, then, your father is probably around you very strongly. Working with the energy of Christ consciousness is a really interesting thing. I know for a lot of people that had to grow up, in more dogmatic or religious, homes, many times the energy or the thought of Jesus is kind of difficult, right? But when you just tap into that pure universal energy, it's a very different vibe. It is not judgmental. It is not, harsh. It is very loving. It's very, unconditional. It's very kind, and it's very healing. To me, that's an energy of helping those who are less fortunate, truly, and, being there for those that really need you, and being very selfless about it. That is what that energy is all about in my experience. So let's get into your tarot reading here, Cancer. Very interested to see. I got this new tarot deck from a dear Cancer. So this is a really fun one. I thought it was perfect for Aquarius season. And it is called the Tarot of Curious Creatures, which I thought was great, because Aquarius is a very curious and very very original, kind of unique sign in itself. So let's see what we have for you. We are going to clarify each card with a second deck. I always like to get you extra messages that way. So let's ask Spirit what you have for Cancer in the tarot this month, please. Anything they need to see? Let's get a nice big clear picture for them. And we have the Hanged Man right in the center, guys. Okay. Got our little fruit bat hanging upside down. Page of Wands. Ooh, Strength card. Always like to see that one. Very nice. All right. So Cancer right in the center, we do have the Hanged Man. This is Neptune energy, so it's a little bit Pisces. Pisces season does begin on February 18th, just for those of you who want to know that. And the moon, interestingly enough, I've said that this will probably be a couple of very emotional very soulful days, very emotionally open, because when the sun goes into Pisces on Sunday the 18th, the moon will also be in Cancer from the 18th to the 20th. So with the sun and moon in those water signs, it will definitely be in harmony, but it's going to be very emotionally vulnerable and open, okay? Beautiful flow of energy, but I guarantee the emotions will be very available, very surface level. To me, the Hanged Man is a symbol of, kind of discomfort that leads to enlightenment. So I would say that if you're going through anything kind of challenging, as this is sort of your main focus of the month, it's like just keep going. There's some things that have to be let go of, or things that will be let go of. I always say when the Hanged Man, it's like you're upside down and some lint and dust and debris is going to fall out of those pockets, right? It's like there is a letting go of anything that you no longer need. There is a sense of release or sacrifice. In the traditional tarot, the Hanged Man is, Odin hanging from the world tree, right? Seeking his enlightenment. And even though it's not comfortable, being in that position, it's like it encourages that ultimate release, that surrender. Again, kind of interesting, right? We had that deepening card that talks about, not grasping, not, hanging on hard to certain things and letting go of surrender to get to your peace, to get to your awareness. That's a really deep, spiritual process that happens there. The other thing that I sometimes say about, the Hangman is that it represents a little bit of limbo. It's like one cycle has not completely finished, and then the new cycle has not completely gotten going, right? You're kind of in that middle phase where you're working through some things. So I would say be patient with yourself this month, Cancer. There's going to be some things you're letting go of, some things that you may even feel like you're kind of sacrificing, but the gifts that you're given in exchange for it are so much greater than anything that you were hanging on to that wasn't good for you. Ooh, and there's that Devil. So, I mean, you cannot even get any more clear about this. This is the old vices. This is the old habits or routines that keep you stuck. Devil card is Capricorn energy. Sometimes it could be something around work. I often say that can appear at times when there's like a life-work balance that needs to be addressed. It's like too much work that just keeps you stuck in a routine, or just routines that you're not that happy about. I'm a Capricorn, so I'm not really afraid of the devil. That's one of my power cards. So I never really worry about that. To me, it's more like be aware of anything that's not serving you. It's like, what is it? The mind or work or certain things. It's like it's a good servant, but a bad master, right? Make sure that you're not being controlled by something that's not, good for you, right? That's a thing. That's a whole thing. I would also say with Capricorn energy, that can be laying a more solid foundation for yourself. And again, structurally setting up habits and routines that are healthy for you rather than hurtful or oppressive, right? This is some of that Hanged Man energy, you might be kind of releasing a feeling of oppression this month. So very interesting. In the immediate past, we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like, coming into this month, there is a lot of happiness here. There's a lot of joy. I love that she's holding the little lizard in her hand. The lizard is protection from fire, right? So it's like you fear no fire. You fear no damage. It's like this is just playful, joyful, a kind of almost childlike innocence returning to your life. To me, the Page of Wands appears whenever, like something in your life has become lighter and more fun. It's less heavy. It's less routine. It's less boring. So to me, that brings a lot of levity, which is very nice. Yeah, and balance, right? So I feel like, wow, look at this. We've got Justice, we've got the Devil, we've got the Hangman. To me, it's like something has made you probably a little happier or maybe a lot happier. Something's made you a little lighter, a little more like, yay, you have something to celebrate. And the Justice card to me is Libra energy. So it's like this is something that's brought more balance into your life. And maybe it is because there are some heavy aspects where, like I said, maybe there's routines you want to break. Maybe there's, work is too much. Maybe there's just some things that's like, oh, this is heavy. And that Hangman is really encouraging you. It's like, see this from a different perspective. Try seeing it, from another vantage point. Let the old stuff shake on out of those pockets. Very interesting. Going into the immediate future, as we work through the second half of the month, we do have the Strength card, Leo energy. It's such a beautiful card. It's one of my favorites. The number 8, to me, it's a card of manifestation and it's a card of personal balance because this really brings, our higher mind, our higher spirit, our altruistic mind into balance with our human form. And our human form can have all sorts of issues, right? It can be angry, it can be scared, it can be jealous, it can be lusty, it can be, greedy, it can be all those things, right? It can be a lot of things that we don't always like it to be. But when we bring all that into balance, with our higher mind, that's when we reach a place of wisdom. That's when we reach true strength, right? And that's why in the traditional card, you always have the lady, the symbol of spirit, calming down the lion, which is us, right? Our human form. But both of those exist within us. So it's good, again, to have balance. Let's get a clarifier on this one. And we have the 9 of Wands. So I do feel, Cancer, I get the sense that you're working very hard, at balancing yourself and being a truly strong and harmonious person. The 9 of Wands to me also is self-protective. It's I feel like you're tired. I do. And I feel like, really give yourself some grace, really give yourself some downtime because you do need some rest. 9 of Wands is a little bit of a wounded warrior. It's like you really have that fight in you, you have that strength in you, again, right? But sometimes it's like, wow, you do need some rest. You do need some gentleness. On the bottom, subconscious card, what you're focused on is the 6 of Pentacles. I really love this. I love our little chickens. Really, really cute here. And to me, the 6 of Pentacles is a card of equal give and take. We have Libra and Taurus energy on this card. And so yet again, this is earthy, it's balance, it's having equal reciprocity. I feel like subconscious energy, like what you're really focused on and what you really want to maintain in your life is equal give and take. And I do feel like you're very focused on that. It's like you want that reciprocity, you want that balance. It's like this is telling you, it's like you'll know when you're in a good situation because there will be an equal flow of emotion, an equal flow of, of generosity. You won't feel like when you're around somebody that you're just drained, right? You'll feel like you're both getting something really good from it. And you may not have experienced that before because I would say Cancer is a sign that tends to give and give and give. They're very generous, sometimes to a fault. And so I feel like now you're really insisting on situations and relationships in your life where there is that reciprocity, where there is that equal balance. I mean, it's all here, right? There's that balance energy. It's very nice. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, right? So look at that. 6 and 5, 5 and 6. Such a absolute difference, right? Because the 5 of Pentacles, oh my goodness, this is something that can leave you feeling very much in the cold. And I feel like you're really focused on not being in the cold at all, right? This is really you saying, you know what, if I feel lonely, if I feel down, if I feel like I don't have enough, I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to go around the other side of the building and go in the door and get in where the lights are warm. So, if you find yourself struggling at all, Cancer, if you feel like you can't ask for help or you feel like, you're all on your own or things just aren't aren't as prosperous or as abundant as you would like, it's time to take a different approach. There's nothing wrong with that, seeing what might be around the other corner. On the top, crowning the spread message from Spirit is the Seven of Wands. I think it's interesting connecting back to the Nine of Wands, because both of these cards to me are cards of self-protection. There is a part of you, it's like she's even got her hand up, she's like, nope. You know, we got that stag spirit, that deer spirit that's just like, I am not going to put up with anybody beating me up, coming at me, putting me down, stepping on my turf. I would say the Seven of Wands is a definite card of choose your battles wisely, because in the Seven of Wands, you know, you can see like those wands, but you don't see who's actually holding them. They might just be stuck in the ground, and you really don't have anything to worry about. So before you get, you know, your hackles up, or before you get to feeling like, oh, I've got to be in fight mode, you know, check out the situation. Not every argument is worth having here, Cancer. So don't commit to all of them, okay? You might just be a little self-protective. Spirit's just letting you know. Let's get a clarifier on this one. And look at this. Oh my goodness. We have the Strength card again. There she is, calming down the roaring lion. So, you know, you may be struggling just a little bit with some interior challenges, right? And maybe, you know, maybe not a lot of people know about them. I see it with the two Strength cards, and they've both got, you know, one of those Wands cards that are very self-protective. I feel like you're very choosy about who you let into your inner world this month. I really do. Very strong heart energy. If you've got any Leo in your chart, or you have a Leo in your life, that could also be kind of a strong energy for some of you. But mostly what I feel is that this is like, you are really protecting your heart right now. You may be going through some things where you're really either healing your heart, strengthening your resolve, strengthening something within yourself, and you're just not willing to put up with any funny business anymore. I definitely get that. Like you're done with time wasters. You're done with people that don't really truly give from their heart. Yeah, I just feel like socially, like you're more particular right now this month, very, very strongly. Like you're going through some things, and you don't want to put up with anybody that's not respectful of your inner work. That is for sure. Let's get into some advice for you, Cancer. This is a very interesting reading this month. All right, we got the Hierophant. Ooh, the Three of Swords. Yeah, I knew there was something going on. Seven of Swords and Five of Cups. Yeah, you've definitely got some inner work going on here, guys. So, the Hierophant is the suggested approach. Taurus energy, this is really about commitment. It's about grounding. It's a little bit secretive, right? Because it's like, it's the keys to the kingdom. It's the keys to the inner knowledge. So whatever it is that you do this month, the suggestion is to be very committed to it. You know, it's like whether it's a spiritual path, whether it's a healthy new routine, whether it's a relationship that you really want to work on, or yourself, if any, you know, in any way, it's like, be committed, don't give up, make, you know, even if it's slow but steady progress, you know, keep it going. Don't get discouraged. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yep, there's our stability, all right. Capricorn Queen with the little bunny rabbit. So that to me, there is this energy yet again of investing in yourself, because the Queen of Pentacles is very good at investing in herself. She's a little bit like a minor arcana empress, right? Again, very creative energy, very strong, feminine, somebody that's very serious. She works hard. She knows the value of things for sure. doesn't mind working for what she gets, and she's very aware of her environment, just like rabbits are very aware of their environment. But this is very earthy. The suggestions are very earthy. So I would say, even if it's a small goal, Cancer, stick to it, right? Keep doing it. Don't give up. This is some very determined energy. Yeah, this is definitely being committed to something, like a little Capricorn here. That's something I want to point out too, is that's very powerful for you guys. You being one of the cardinal signs, one of the 4 cardinal signs, so it would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. This recent shift of Pluto out of Capricorn and into Aquarius is massive for you guys. And a big thing that's happening and has happened with that is that means Pluto has left the universal 7th house for all Cancers, especially if you're a Cancer rising. That's extra strong. So just that fact alone is really changing your relationships. I mean, literally over the past 14, almost 15 years, it could have led to a feeling of every relationship you get in had a very specific life and death cycle, and maybe made you feel like you just could never hold on to a relationship or a job or a connection, because it would always transform and die, metaphorically, it would just go away. And so this is like saying to me, it's like you see this and it's like the Hierophant, among many things, can represent marriage. It can represent committed relationships. And so that whole energy is dramatically changing for Cancer so much. So if you guys, any Cancers watching this, if you haven't found, like your life partner or the, perfect job that you wanted, or the perfect, friends that you always wanted to have, like, give it time, because this energy is just started and you're going to have a lot different experience. There's a lot of heaviness being removed from your relationship life now. The last 15 years, it was, not easy, because you were transforming through your relationships. They were teaching you a lot about your own deep inner psyche. And so it's really huge. I know I'm kind of running over my usual time here, but I just had to mention it. What you need to know is the 3 of Swords. It's time to pull the swords out of your heart, Cancer. Anything that's hurt, anything that's been painful, anything that's caused you to grieve or mourn a loss, it's definitely time. It's like, no more. No more swords. No more swords for your heart. It's really okay. It's time to heal. It's time to let those old things go. Even if it takes time, even if it takes patience, and working on that one day at a time. Wow, this is a huge shift. Let's get a clarifier. And we have the 5 of Swords. Oh my goodness. I mean, these are 2 of my least favorite cards in the whole tarot. So it's like, what you need to know is you're healing from some old emotional wounds, from some really damaging people that you had no choice but to walk away from. This is that, should I stay or should I go? Oh my goodness. And these are the kind of people that'll just step on you to get ahead. They're just not good for you. So I do feel like that is what you need to know. There is healing work that's happening on a very, very deep level for you. Going into the hopes and fears, 7 of Swords. Need I say more? I mean, these 3, the 5, and the 7 are just like, ouch, ouch, ouch. So my feeling is you may be very, nervous about getting hurt or betrayed or lied to again, straight up. But the 7 of Swords can also represent taking a different approach, using a different tactic, right? He's stealing the swords from the enemy's camp so he doesn't have to fight them later, right? So it's not all doom and gloom for the 7 of Swords. Let's get a clarifier on this one, because to me it's like, I think you're hoping that you're able to learn from what you've experienced in the past here and make better choices, different choices. That's what I definitely see in this. And yes, 4 of Wands, because here is a super positive card. It's like, because I want the happy ending. I want the soulmate. I want the celebration. I want, to feel at home with someone. I want to find someone that I can live with and be happy with. So I do think that's very, very possible there. But this has been a challenging one. And especially as those emotions come out, the end of February is a very emotional ending of the month. Even though we have so much Aquarius, which is very intellectual and more detached energy in the earlier part of the month, once we hit into Pisces season, that moon in Cancer, we're going to have lots of emotions coming out. So Cancer, what I feel is like this is time to truly let go of anything that hasn't worked out. There is so much good that's coming in. It's a beautiful energy, guys. It really, really is. But this is a lot of inner work this month. It's really amazing. So yeah, let go of your 5. Let go of the things that haven't worked out for you, because look at that 9 of Cups. You are coming into a time where the hopes, the dreams, the wishes are being fulfilled. There is so much healing. On the bottom of the deck, we had the Hermit and the Magician. So I do feel you may need some time to really look within, seek your personal inner truth, because you are in that alchemist position where you can create a whole new life for yourself. Everything's deepening, everything's growing for you, Cancer. And like I said, with that Pluto shift, a lot of things are changing for the better and for the much easier. Let's get an affirmation on your reading today. Right. And yes, we have the monkey. Look at that. This is Leo energy. This is our monkey in the lunar cycle. Things may not be as they appear to be. Don't just hear, listen. Don't just look, see. Don't just sense, feel. You're taking a risk if you insist on proceeding. Observe the situation closely. With more detailed information, you will see through the deceptions. So absolutely, Cancer, there could be circumstances or situations that are, they remind you of things you've been through before. But I feel like with your new awareness, your new ability, you will see through any deceptions. You will see through any lies. You will see through people that are not what they appear to be. And you will make better choices, because the monkey is definitely like the master puzzle solver of the Chinese lunar cycle. So very, very nice message there. Have an amazing February. Keep working on yourself. Don't give up. This is an amazing month of not just transformation, but deepening the changes that you've already been making. So have a wonderful month. I'll see you again soon. Take care.